Hey everyone, today I have the pleasure to bring you one of the tools that really changed the way that I've been treating my patients here and changed the way that I've been doing biomechanics, turning them more easy, more control, and predictable. I am talking about the double slot bracket. For those who never may heard, this is the double slot bracket. And as you're seeing here, this bracket has on the center of the device two open slots. Those two slots, they are parallel of each other and they have size of rectangular wires. And for those who is watching this video, you may think, well, right now I have a bracket that I can use two wires in different slots to track canines or work in misaligned tooth. Well, you're not wrong. Actually, the development of this accessory came with the idea of the essence by using two wires. But think on this bracket by using two wires in a piggyback technique, or being one to anchor and the other one to move. Actually, it's quite little next to this bracket can offer you in those biomechanics, and I will show you. This is a side view of the bracket, and you see that we not have only two parallel slots between each other, but those two slots have different size. So the more cervical slot, the more gingival slot has a size of an 18-inch slot, and the other one, the occlusal or incisor slot, have a size of a 22-inch slot. And this came up with a turn this bracket into a bidimensional bracket. For those who doesn't know what is the bidimensional technique, summarizing actually is the use of two different dimensions in the same arch of our patients, which means the use of the 18-inch slot on the front, the anterior teeth, and the 22-inch slot on the posterior teeth. And this in quite a lot of biomechanics can bring you a lot of advantage. I will record a video explain you little by little what is the bidimensional technique, but let's turn to the double slot bracket. What I'm talking to you is that if we only think that this bracket can help us to use two wires to anchor in one of the slots and move on the other hand, it's quite little to think about the use of this bracket. Actually, we can expand the way that we can do biomechanics. Let's imagine some complex biomechanics, such as intrusions of uprighting of molars. Actually, normally those kinds of biomechanics require mini screws or some other accessories of anchorage to avoid undesirable movement along with the movement that we can get off. But by using this bracket, we can use only two wires, discarding the use of mini screw or any other extra device of anchorage. And due to the fact that we have two rectangular wires, we can select the most proper wires to do those kind of biomechanics. And what is those proper wires to do those biomechanics? Normally, if we are using two wires to do some intrusions or uprighting, actually we have to select a huge wire, which means a 17.25 stainless steel wire, and the other one has to be at least a 16 night-tie wire. Imagine that you are using a single slot bracket on this kind of biomechanic. It's quite impossible to use a 17.25 stainless steel and a 16 inside the same slot. It doesn't fit because the space is too small. So by using this bracket here, we can use those two proper wires and we can get a sufficient anchorage to avoid undesirable movement, and as well we can use a flexible night-tie wire to move our teeth, either to intrude them or either to uprighting. Actually, I have a video of a intrusion here and you can visualize after you see this video. Another example that I want to bring you, it's about a body movement that we can get by using this bracket. If we are distalizing a canine or even mesializing a premolar using a single slot bracket along with one wire, actually what happens is that tooth will tip a lot due to the fact that the center of resistance and the center of application of the force, it's for one of another. But if we are using two parallel wires along with this bracket and do the same movement, either distalizing a canine or either mesializing a premolar, you will get a reducing of the tipping, because right now you are working with two parallel wires. Okay, and some two other factors that I really love of this bracket, it's about the bracket itself. So imagine on the vertical malocclusions, normally it's suggested to the orthodontics move the position of the bracket, the placement of the bracket more cervical or more incisal in order to get those vertical movements that we want. The problem is that every time that we move vertically, either to the cervical area or the incisal area, single slot bracket, we are interfering on the torque that it will be expressed on the prescription due to the fact they are normally more cervical or more incisal. But when we use the double slot bracket, we can do this vertical positioning or a typical bonding, as we can say. And what happens is that one of the slots, it's going to be on the center of the crown, and this will reduce a lot the interference on the torque. This is something that is really great about using this bracket to achieve those vertical movement, placing the bracket more gingival or more incisal without interfering a lot in the torque. And the last but not the least, actually something that exclusive to this bracket is that we can variate the slots from one group of teeth to another on the same arch, and by doing this kind of variation of slots, we can move vertically our tooth either on extrusion way or intrusion way without replacing the bracket on his positioning, and this is very good thing on those vertical malocclusions. And in the end, I want to show you the set of the bracket, and you may note that we used to sell this bracket along with the tubes, and it's very important to say that we recommend these tubes that they are parallel of each other in order to use with this kind of technique of the double slot bracket. So guys, actually I'm really happy to introduce you to a double slot world. I really believe that this bracket can open a lot of doors of viability and possibilities in your biomechanics, and actually we used to say that this bracket can turn in infinite possibilities to the fact that we have two open and rectangular wires parallel of each other. I really hope that you like this video. If you want to give me your like or subscribe in the channel, it's going to be my pleasure to receive you here on my YouTube channel. And if you have any doubts, you can put here in the comments. And obviously, if you want to share this video with some friends that doesn't know about double slot bracket, I really thank you in advance. So thank you so much. I wish you all the best, and just join me to give you a lot of other videos that we'll bring here in this YouTube channel. See you and have a nice day. Bye bye.